Which video did you want to play? We're on audio already. I'm just trying to get people in, but I'm also trying to find the video you want me to pull
Oh,
up.
I don't, I don't. It's okay.
Okay, hang on one second.
Can you turn on, please?
On a walker close to a wheelchair. I had excruciating sciatic nerve pain and back pain, and I could barely walk. After 48 hours on only the X39, my sciatic pain was gone 100%. My back pain was gone 100%. And I walked out one day into the kitchen with my walker, and I thought, oh, something feels different here. And I let go of my walker and walked to the coffee pot without my walker. And I was absolutely in shock that I was able to do that and able to walk as far as I did. So anyone with MS, please do not wait. Please take advantage of this wonderful patch. And another thing, what goes along with MS, that I just recently had this change this week, is the problem of incontinence. And from wearing the carnosine and the X39, I no longer have that problem. And that is such a good feeling not to have that embarrassing problem going on all the time. So I am so happy, and I am giving myself 1 year, and I will be getting back on my horse and competing again.
Where was I when this stuff went down? What am I talking about? I'm talking about stem cell research and development and products and stuff like that. I'm like, what? This stuff's been out for a few years now, and I'm just now finding out about it?
We have Danny Glover on this call tonight. So if you don't know him, I'm sure everybody has seen Lethal Whipping 1, 2, 3, and 4. And let's hear your testimonial.
Danny, are you on?
I'm on right here. Can people hear me? I'm telling you, I have been using, I don't know what it is, but everything seems to be working differently. I put the patch ice on my knee for the 2 days, and the pain is gone. I wear the X39 in 2 places, only 2 places, and I've been using this, and it's incredible. I don't know. It's funny. I get on my station bicycle, and I'm moving like I was 20 years ago. I can't believe it. There's something that's happening here. I'm so excited as I approach. Listen to this. My 75th birthday next month. I am so excited. I can't believe this, man. Thank you, Peter. Thank you so much.
I gotta say, Dottie, I am so blown away, and I'm so proud of you. I just want to congratulate you, and because we see so much of this. We see MS, we see people struggling with this, and seeing a testimonial like that from you is so heartwarming, because this is going to be an inspiration to so many people who have the same issue. And anything that could help is a godsend. So thank you for sharing that with us. And Danny, I tell you, you're going to see more of Danny around, because my brother from another mother, I think he's ready to run a marathon right now.
Sounds like his own self.
He sounds like his own self.
Any last words you'd like to leave any of our viewers?
I'm just excited. Kind of technology, the information that we have now. I am just blown away by some of the stuff that we've encountered right here. And people who have neuropathy and stuff like that,
Yeah.
that I know that these patches could do something to them. And lessen that excruciating pain that they have right now.
Go ahead, Dottie. I'm sorry.
I am passionate about anyone with MS, and I will help anyone, anywhere
Amen.
that wants to talk to me.
Dr. Bill, Dr. James, since we have you on this call also, can you both share your testimonials? Just throw it out there. I'll give you 5 minutes.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pause it there, guys. Let me get a video on, and oh gosh, we ended up with a few folks in here today. Glad to see everybody, and those of you that are able to join in today. And it's been a long time since we've talked to a lot of you guys because everything is so busy going on in our lives. So, but it's always good to see everybody, and and by the way, those of you that are joining in, I think pretty much everybody here, we've been doing this for a while anyway. Uh, we're gonna try to change it up a little bit. We're always gonna do X39 on Sunday nights at 8 o'clock, but we're also gonna integrate that with more just nutritional and health and stuff as well, just so we can deal with a little bit of everything because there's so much more than just, the X39 is really our foundation that we're trying to build on because it helps build the stem cells in the body and all the testimonies, because most everybody in here has been doing this for almost 2 years now, year and a half, 2 years, something like that. So you guys all have some really interesting testimonies over time.
Is
But
there anybody new here who is just now hearing first time about X39 and you have any questions? Because I feel like if I start speaking again about what is X39, well, it's a photobiomodulation. These are all patches, and I just don't want to do it if you've been on them 2 years. So you don't start laughing at me that Jana, we know exactly what X39 is. So is there anybody here that is new? To that person, we can start explaining what the patches are about. But there is a reason why we are here still with X39. Never stopped taking it, right? Never stopped putting it on and patching ourselves. Why is that?
well, it's because the stem cells need to keep on
Well,
going.
because it works. Because we can't be without patches. I don't think we would ever, Steve, can you imagine if we
No.
ever stop this? No.
No, Jana and I actually started going to a gym.
Mm-hmm.
That would have never happened.
Right.
Uh,
I mean, just our situation along with Steve before the patches, it was really, really bad. Like I had very active PTSD, and Steve started to put patches on me. He was getting them for free from one person who followed his ministry. And he was just sending these patches to him, and Steve was just putting them on me only. And I was telling him, why are you putting the band-aids on me? Like, what are these? It's like a band-aid. What can that do? And you just look at the patch, right? And you're like, what can this do? Like this little tiny, thin little band-aid looking thing. So, but then I was traveling from Florida to Tennessee, and I didn't bring any patches with me. And Steve stayed in Florida. And for a few days, I just didn't have him near, so he wasn't putting those patches on me. And I noticed that I started feeling better when I had patches, and when I didn't have them, I was kind of feeling bad again. And originally, my very first experience was my brain. I did not feel I could start functioning better, even with active PTSD. Just I improved function of my brain. I started thinking better. I started being more positive. And I used to have the whole body pains. PTSD sometimes comes with fibromyalgia. So I used to have this whole body bone and bone pains and muscle pains. And those pains were gone when I was on the X39. So that was my first experience. And then Steve started putting X39 on him. As he saw that it helped me, he got kind of hope and started using them as well. Now, Steve was in a situation where he was supposed to have major surgery on his back, and he lost feeling in his leg, and he was looking at wheelchairs. Like literally, evening on a computer, he was looking which wheelchair he's gonna have because he was told.
Handicap ramp.
Yes, because he was told by doctor that that's where he's gonna be, and he needs to be preparing for that. So that was very depressing for me because I was trying to imagine how am I going to be pushing Steve in the mall or wherever we go in wheelchair? How are we gonna look? What is this like? And
Oh, we went through that, like when we
yeah,
go to SeaWorld with our daughter, and I didn't want to be in a wheelchair because it really was
but he couldn't
it
walk.
was embarrassing.
Yeah,
you
he
know,
couldn't
no,
walk, but I had to go and
yeah,
rent him one that he can, like I was walking and he was just kind of slowly moving near me because he couldn't keep it up. Well, now he's in gym. Now we go
I can
walking every
run.
night. He can run. So all of this happened. We got improvements in our health when we started patches, and there is no way we would ever not wear patches. So we are just waiting for any new discoveries or anything better than patches. Because when we wear the patches, of course, we know that our stem cells are being supplied to our organs and tissues, and just the overall feeling is much better.
Yeah.
So I would welcome some of your input or testimonies if you have any.
And before we get to that, let me just real quick let you guys know when we do our meetings here, we're more laid back, talk about the benefits, things like that.
Mhm.
If you're really serious about wanting to do it as a business, I did put in the chat because Todd and Shannon and Jason and Ty, they ended up moving their training videos for business to 8 o'clock, like we are right now here on Sunday nights. But I put their website link in there. And that's for those that just 100% you guys are like in your mind, no, I want to really do this as a business. They know how to train for that. We just like to talk about the benefits,
Yeah.
educate people about what patches do what, help you guys out with, and not just we're not like I said, we're not just going to limit everything to X39. That'll be our main part we speak about, but also too general health and nutrition because Jana is fixing to graduate her practitioner program.
Hopefully.
Yeah. And she's already a nurse midwife from Europe, so it's not
Yeah.
like she's, not smart. She's a biologist. She is a biology teacher.
Used to be.
Yeah. So, and she studied anatomy, physiology, and did a master's in that. So she is brilliant, even though she don't want to admit it. I mean, for me, I got education and throwing rocks.
No, but I want to tell you that this is a photobiomodulation. Just know that that's what you are doing, wearing a photobiomodulation device. It's a medical device. It's even classified like that. Okay. So, and you all know here, and we said this so many times, and I don't like to repeat myself like this over for 2 years, but our bodies emit light, and it is a infrared, near infrared light. And you know that when you put on, that then we have those infrared goggles, right? Night
Yeah.
vision goggles. You can see people. Why? Because they emit light, right? So these patches catch that
Night
light.
vision.
Yes, they.
John Moore is jealous. Now, he's got his own, I'm sure.
I got
Is
my
that
own.
what it is? You have it right here. Look at you.
Yeah, you got it right there.
Rascal. But anyway, who are you watching with this? What are you doing? Looking for coyotes?
Spaceships, just in
Okay.
case the aliens land here in Dallas, I want to get a heads up on it.
That's it. Okay. So
Run
anyway, these
faster.
little patches, they catch that light that we emit and they return it right back into the body. So that's how simple it is. These are kind of nano-sized, really tiny, tiny microparticles of crystals of amino acids, sugars that are inside. They're sealed in that little patch, and they have the basic ability to catch our own light and return it back to the body as a form of near infrared light, which is basically a photobiomodulation. And you can look it up, benefits of photobiomodulation. It's basically number one benefit is that it lowers inflammation in the body. And the second really huge benefit is that it causes our body to start producing stem cells, and we need those stem cells to renew and fix a lot of damages that happen on organs and tissues.
Let me mention too on
Yes.
the seriously about the inflammation. I still get flare-ups, and I will wear not just the Eon on the lower back, but if I'm doing a lot of workout or whatever, when I say workout, I've been laying some flooring here for about a month now, and so what I'll do. Sometimes that really flares up, and as long as I'll put the X39 with Eon on my lower back, that really does help with the inflammation. It is interesting to know that it's not just Eon, but the X39 also does contribute to lowered inflammation.
It does. And Ian and X39 work together. They're like best friends. They help each other and strengthen each other. So they're a very good duo to wear. In fact, this is our main thing that we wear every day, X39 with Ian. Of course, I have my night patches, my favorite night patches, one I always wear here at night. So you call me Indian.
Yeah, I tell you honest, she looks like she's Hindu.
Yes. So
between her eyes.
Yes, I wear Alavida. And 3 times a week I kind of alternate between it is carnosine and glutathione. These are my night patches that I alternate because once you get your body really good on glutathione, you don't have to wear that patch every day or every night. You can just do it 2 or 3 times a week. The same thing with carnosine. So if you have any questions of how to wear patches or what to do for a certain illness or condition, you can ask me right now. Or if you have any kind of questions, if it's a business question, that's okay too. However, I know that they have changed their business practices since the first time when we started talking about business. And by now, all of this is,
keep up with that
I can't even keep up with it. So all you do is that, but once you're a brand partner, give people your link and sign them up.
I will say
That's
one
all.
thing that they did change on there, and this I think is very beneficial for anyone that is also, if you're signed up as a brand partner, is they've and I don't know if they've made this an effect yet, but they're supposed to. Um, where if someone is just a customer, in other words, they're not interested in this as a business, and a lot of people are not, but they want to use the patches. Well, the thing is now they've made it to where
You are rewarded just by having customers more than
Right.
if you had brand partners.
well, I don't know if it's more, but it's the equivalent of. In other words, and I don't understand all that stuff because I'm not into the network side of
We can
things.
keep up with their networking because it's so intensive when you go into
Trying
business
to
of it,
understand it anyway.
that it would take up all of our time, and we have ministry, so we just
Yeah.
can't.
It's
you
it's
know.
easier just to know that if you end up having people become customers, they're going to also now there's something about the way the points work. You get credit for that, whereas used to you did not. And
No, you still did as a volume,
did
but
you?
now you are going to be actually directly rewarded just for customers.
Okay.
By customers, getting just customers under you, the company is going to be rewarding you pretty nicely, basically.
Right. So that
So-
it's a plus for that to where because I guess some people would feel like, well, I got to get brand partners. And I think the way the structure is now, it's not that doesn't matter. It's either way. If they want to be a brand partner, which to me I can get where some people would want to be a brand partner just for the sake of what if they do share it? if they do share it, it's nice to at least get a percentage because it helps pay for your own patches. But if you choose just to be a customer or even a preferred,
Distributor,
right,
so you can just with your link, you can give them a link and they will be purchasing patches every month under you and you will get
you still get a percentage of that.
yes.
And ultimately, the nice thing is it'll cover the cost of your patches, and then eventually it may do more than that.
That's right.
So that's the
Very
advantage
good.
of, being a brand partner, but not everybody wants to even, when they want to try it, but they're not interested in that. And so you don't have to feel that pressure that, oh, well, I need them to be, no, you don't.
But on the other hand, if patches are helping you want to help other people.
And they can convert it over.
And you want to help other people to feel better. So why would they buy from someone else when they can buy it from you?
Right.
Right. So that's just plus. I think it's an enormous blessing that this product not only helps our health, but it can help your finances as well. So anyway, please give me questions, direct questions, because I think every name I see here are all the people who are using patches for over a year now.
Yeah.
So you all know what the patches
What
are about.
maybe Eric, how long have you been on those?
Sorry, I had to put myself off mute. Actually, I haven't been yet. And
Okay.
we had talked before earlier this summer. It's been a wild and crazy summer for me. And
That's
so
okay.
I
I
finally,
remember that. Yes.
I know, and I tried to, it's been kind of a wild ride. So, but I was like, okay, you've got to get this done. No matter what, you just have to do this. So,
Well, I think, yeah, because the old saying goes, Eric, is like, you know, here's what's really strange, right? Probably a year earlier, some lady gave me a package of patches to try. Do you know I never even tried
We
them?
never, yeah, it was
I thought this was the hokiest thing I ever heard in my life. I'm like, I'm gonna put a little Band-Aid on and we'll feel better. Okay, right. You know, but honestly, maybe had she taken the time to try to explain it a little bit more, I probably would have been more apt to try it.
right.
Especially because she just gave them to me. And for the longest time, I couldn't remember who was that that gave me
I know
these
exactly where
patches.
it happened. It was on one of the conferences.
Yeah, is that what it was at
It
a
was like
conference
health
there where
conference. Tim Ray
Tim
was
Ray
there.
was
Yeah.
hosting the conference,
Mhm.
and there was all kinds of vendors set up and everything. And she was just walking around. She had a table. She hands me this little package, and there was in fact, that's how I learned a lot about different patches, is she had everything in there you could think of, right? And I didn't know that. I just thought they were all the same,
Yeah, at the time.
right?
But anyway,
So
once
I
we
put on the
started,
energy enhancer one day, thinking it was just this X39 patch, and I was bouncing off the walls, ding, 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 ding,
yes.
ding, ding, and didn't know why.
So anyway, what happened once we started to wear patches, we remember that she gave us some, so we went to look for it, and we were regretting why we didn't start much earlier, that we could have felt better a lot earlier, you know.
Well, even
So
Eric, one of the things that I just had resolved, um, I was diagnosed back when me and Jana first met about 17 years ago with a blockage in the bowels. And but I just refused to do anything about it. I didn't want to have surgery or nothing like that. And nobody said I had to have it, but they told me you've got it. It could be develop into a problem, but if you can live with it, you can live with it. And so I've had that all these years, and almost now, I guess about a year and a half after being on the patches, just one day out of nowhere, it just seemed like, boom, everything works.
yes. And
And
that's
that blew me
because
away.
X39 specifically, helps digestive system regeneration. And I know the digestive system is quite easy to regenerate. It is. It's one of the easiest, and so are eyes. Eyes are the second ones that will just regenerate quite quickly. Now, some other organs, not so. However, it takes about 6 months to regenerate your cardiovascular system.
Mhm.
And in fact, my veins, I had major tragedy happen, and my veins were all very badly affected.
Right.
But I think I'm just getting a lot, I think it's all getting better. I'm getting healed. So I think that patches are not 100% everything in your health. It means that you cannot just put junk in your body, eat junk, or sit all the time, or be on a couch all the time and put on a patch and think, oh, I'm going to be all healthy now. I think that you have to do everything for your health that you possibly can. Very healthy diet. Exercise is so tremendously important. In fact, it's so very important that if you don't exercise and you don't start moving now, you're going to die. You're going to die. You either move or you die. We have to move our bodies, and we are doing this now with Steve. We are using patches X39, X49 before we go to gym. We go to gym twice a week. And no matter how much you don't want to go that day, or it feels like, oh, we better do something else, we don't want to go. But you know what? We are forced to now because we prepaid it.
Better
So,
if she promises me a chocolate donut.
yes,
I
that's
mean, I'll
right.
go work out for a
So you just don't want to go. You just feel lazy. You don't want to go, but you're forced to go now. And once we are there, it's beautiful. It's great. We work hard and we come out all sweaty, but we feel good about it. So I really highly recommend that you do something that will force you to move if you cannot move yourself. Like do
and
something.
ever
Yeah.
go to the gym with
Well,
John
I
Moore.
live on a.
That would be. No, go ahead, Eric. Go ahead.
I was going to say I live on a livestock farm, and so I'm moving every single day, 7 days a week. So it might not be a gym, but there's a lot of
Believe
physical
me, that's
activity.
That's
yes,
just make sure
yes.
that every muscle group gets worked out.
Oh, he
Well, it
does. I mean, you've got
pretty
pick
much
up them
does.
big old. Ooh, yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, good for you. That means that that part of your care for health is done. So that's good. Keep doing
Yeah,
it. Good
Eric,
stuff.
did you
Yes.
do like Mama said when I was a kid, pick up a calf, set him over the fence every day, and by the time he's grown, you could pick up the cow?
And I've never done that. So that would be
With
pretty
John Moore,
interesting, though.
John Moore, John, you doing some, what is he doing? He's running, right?
John
Working out
Moore,
really hard.
he gets up at 0400 every morning. He does 50 push-ups before he has a cup of coffee. I don't think John does that quite like that, but John has always been active. Are you still running, John, or did you
Well,
have to kind of give it up?
I injured myself in a household work project 2 years ago, and so I'm not able to run yet, but I'm walking without a limp. That's a good thing. But I do my workout 5 days a week. I take Saturday and Sunday off. Um, Basically, I started out with the same stretching I did as a runner all those decades, and got some specialized exercises my chiropractor recommended. My wife just recommended one of these rumble boards where you stand on it and it shakes your whole body for 10 minutes. That's pretty exciting. Uh, and that's my daily workout other than just walking and doing projects around the house here.
Cool.
Well, you
Wow.
did push-ups though for the longest time, John.
I
Have
did
you kind
push-ups
of
for
cut back?
decades, but my chiropractor said you don't need to be working on the shoulders and arms. You need to be doing these other things. So for the time being, I'm not doing the push-ups at the moment.
Okay. Well, the main thing is you keep moving. You moving. So
I'm
that's
active all
good.
day long. Yep, active all day
Yes,
long.
that's amazing. And of course, healthy diet, make sure you get enough protein. Um,
Well, I have a big protein. I'm doing what they call intermittent fasting. I'll have a
intermittent
breakfast about
fasting.
10:30. I'm high protein, typically eggs and bacon. Have a pretty good but not terribly heavy second meal about 4:30 or so, and don't eat until 10:30 and 11 the next morning. So I go 18 hours without eating, and have about a 6 to 8 hour window when I do eat. It's working out pretty good.
Wow.
I'm wearing jeans right now. I couldn't fit into a year ago, and
How
it's
long
working
are
out.
you on intermittent fasting, John?
I start my fourth week tomorrow.
And you already lost weight?
Yeah, my 36-inch belt. I'm now down to a 32-inch belt.
That's amazing. And intermittent fasting does work that way. It works
And
the
I
first
don't
two
feel like I'm
weeks.
being deprived. I don't have a hungry feeling. I just have a
Mhm.
normal appetite after 16 hours of not eating. So it's working
Yeah.
out pretty good.
Yes, it is amazing. And not only that, but if you wear your patches, X39 and any other patch you wear with it, I recommend Eon. If you're doing intermittent fasting of any kind, there's several kinds of intermittent fastings. I know that the speed of your stem cell production will be even better than just with patch because fasting actually causes your body to kind of release those stem cells. And if you do patch, so imagine the double
So
power.
there's a synergistic thing there that's going on between the two, obviously.
Yeah, so moving your body, intermittent fasting, great diet, patch is super nice, very good. And some good supplements depending of, what you need to
Well,
supplement.
I take ivermectin. I do some supplements too, of course. Yeah.
Do you take ivermectin? This is what people who take ivermectin that always tell me that they do that. Now, do you take it all the time?
Once a month, once a week on Sundays, just so I can remember to do it. I take a
Mhm,
little ivermectin. Yeah.
mhm. Okay. All right. So, any other questions? Thank you, John.
You're
Any other
welcome.
questions or testimonials or
I will say one thing real quick is that I sent to my one of my aunts here recently. I found that video of the little lady. I don't. She looks kind of Oriental, but maybe like partially. And they had put on her. This has been a couple of years ago. She had full-blown dementia, couldn't answer any questions or anything, hardly. I mean, she barely knew her kid's name. And her caretakers just started putting X39 on her daily. They just did it of their own doing, but then they monitored her. She agreed, but then she couldn't remember they were doing it. But I sent it to my aunt, and she's like, and she's done very well. But she was getting to where she wasn't wearing the patches like she should, and she still had some. And I sent that to her, and she goes, "Oh my gosh, I still have them, and I'm going to put them on from now on every single day and never miss a day." Because what happens, the lady takes 30 days later, she's fully functional again.
much better? Yes.
Yeah,
And even you gain some
she got her. Yes, she
strength.
says at the end of it, then she could answer all the questions they asked, and she even says to them, she said, "I want to thank you that you did this for me." She said, "This gave me my life back."
Yes. Don't forget though, when you are here first time, Eric, just it's 12 hours, X39, like maybe 8 till 8, 8 a.m., 8 p.m.
Yeah.
Okay, 12 to 14 hours per day. Don't wear them at night. Don't wear X39 at night. Your body needs like night off from it. Okay. And
If you do
so
go over the 12, though, let's say you're out working and you're out there 14 hours and you come in and you take it off, it's not like you have to wait 12 hours to put it back on. Going over a little bit is not going to hurt.
or if you forget, some people forget and they forget to
Wear it
take it
through the
off.
night.
Nothing will happen, nothing bad will happen. So don't worry about that. Okay. It's just that it's deactivates after it gets weaker
16
and
hours, I
weaker,
think is all
and
it
after, yes, it also deactivates faster when you are outside on the sun and you're wearing it. Let's say you're walking on the beach, you're having fun on the beach, it's really hot. That's when patches kind of start deactivating sooner than 12 hours, you know. So heat kind of causes it to work faster. So yeah, don't wear it at night because it's basically not an active patch or very, very weak anyway. And you want to give your body a little bit of break from this photobiomodulation. Now, there are certain night patches that work in a specific way. Like I like night patches. I told you already, carnosine. I like that one, and I like glutathione and alavida. Alavida is a skin patch. It helps skin to be supple and beautiful, and basically heals the skin from inside out. So people who have acne, this is a really, really good patch, and it's good for many, many other things as well. So Okay, so how about Kim? Tell us something. So it's not just me talking here. Kim, are you wearing your pain
Kim
patches?
fell asleep.
Yeah,
I
maybe.
wear the pain patches only when my pain level gets so high that I'm uncomfortable. But I wear the X39 6 days a week. I've been giving
Okay.
myself a break since I've been over a year on it. So I like taking one day off as a day of rest off of even my supplements. And then I do Eon. Like today, I didn't put the Eon on, but I put the X39 on. Just trying to hold off on the Eon to when I feel more inflammation in my body that I can
Yeah.
use it.
Okay.
So I'm
Yes.
experimenting. Now I did tell you, didn't I, Yana? I got physical therapy appointments starting in October to go 2 days a week to learn a safe way for me to increase weight bearing, for weights for
Okay. Yeah.
exercise. Because I'm only doing what I was taught after back surgery. So I got strong core strength and some upper body, but from gardening this year, oh my gosh, I thought I was ready for gardening and I wasn't. My pain level went up so high. So I'm
Yeah.
thinking, okay, I need to increase weight bearing or something. So I'm going to my physical therapist that helped me after back surgery to help me with this issue for next year. So I'm planning on wearing my X39, X49 when I go to do that 2 days a week.
Yes. Very good. Very good. And just slowly when you had back surgery, and I know your situation, so do everything slowly, but believe in yourself, believe in your body, and
Yep.
believe in healing. That's another part of healing. It's not just photobiomodulation, good diet, exercise, good supplements, vitamins, minerals, and but it's also belief and
Yeah.
trust in healing and
Yeah.
faith. That's such a huge part of this whole thing, and sometimes we forget about this, and there is that thing called placebo effect, right? You
Hmm.
all know about placebo effect. You know what that is? That's just pure faith, nothing else but faith. Imagine somebody is given sugar pill for whatever reason, pain, or cancer or whatever, and they get healed. They get
Yeah.
better. How can they get better when they got sugar pill only? Like, because of a faith. They believe that they're getting pill for the pain or pill for just, it's a simple belief and faith. So imagine if you do all of it, including the faith.
Yeah.
It's just right. And we all fail in that. So we have to daily work on it every day. Remind yourself that faith, the healing of the body is possible.
Yeah. I know I get it.
Okay.
I'll thank God for my healing every day. And then at night, I'll thank him for the strength and the endurance that he gave me that day. And I'll
Yes.
visualize myself running
Yes.
because I used to love to run when I was in high school and junior high.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
I visualize myself doing that.
That's
So
amazing. And believe or not, visualization is a huge part of how
yeah,
healing works. Visualize, yeah, close your eyes and about 5, 10 minutes a day, morning and night, visualize yourself as you want to be. And then start believing you already have it, that you're already there. Feel the
Lord Jesus.
feeling of, yeah, feel the feeling of, try to feel how it is when you feel good, and then that's when healing happens actually. All right, so how about Elkie? How is Elkie doing? Are you still on patches?
I'm sorry, I had to run to get to the phone. Yes, I am.
Oh, good, good. So are they helping you, Elkie?
So absolutely, I cannot go without them. So,
Yes,
and
yes, that's how it is.
I constantly get asked for ice wave, and I need to have them on hand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, you need to have ice wave on hand for acute pain. Don't
Or
use them
He
as
said
this.
people are constantly
Oh,
asking
good.
for them.
So you
Yeah,
need to order some, Elkie, and
right.
yeah.
I'm
But
behind, but I hear.
sometimes Eon helps with pain. Eon alone can help.
Mhm.
Very
What's
recently,
important is to know the right place to put it.
and I'm not telling you use that many Eons, but Steve had, he's working on some projects around here, and he really hurt his back that one day quite
Oh, yeah, not,
recently.
yeah, a few weeks ago.
Yeah, it was
Ooh,
bad because he's the one who moved all the furniture. Can you believe my husband by himself moved all the furniture with no help? So it's just amazing. And that only can help happen because of patches for 2 years. I mean, I cannot even imagine. So, but still, he did hurt his back really bad. So I put on him that magnesium spray and then DMSO. By the way, if you know what DMSO is, you can get it 99% pure
Eric,
in a glass bottle.
he works
And
with
yeah, if you
cats.
work with animals, you might know what DMSO is, especially people who work with horses, they do. So I put on his back a lot of magnesium spray, then DMSO because it helps to absorb it into a deep tissue. And after that, after 20 minutes, I kind of cleaned it all off because whatever could be absorbed was already absorbed. And then I put on him, and I'll tell you 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5. It was like I made like cross.
7 patches.
No, it was
Yeah,
5.
5. Okay, 5 is
Yeah,
some
I put like a
patches.
cross on you, like I made a
I
cross of
didn't
5
have a
patches.
pain one when I went to bed.
Couldn't sleep. I couldn't sleep. So I turned on light. I said, okay, turn around, let me work on you. And I just did all this on him and then put 5 eons on him all at once just for that night. And then he fell asleep as if just like a baby. And he got up next day and he was fine. He kept doing more floors. Good job.
So, those know how to keep you going. I mean, it's like a mule. If you don't keep that mule well, boy, it ain't gonna work. So,
Yeah, well, just kidding. Anyway, thank you, Elkie. Dwayne, how about you?
Hi, Jana. Um,
Hi.
hi. Yeah, I've been on the. I usually use X39 with the Eon patch, and then I
Yes.
use X49 uh, probably about 3 times a week.
Okay. Yes.
And
I recommend go ahead,
no,
Dwayne. I will tell you just for people, and if you have anybody, like if you have anybody with active cardiovascular disease, I do recommend X39, X49 duo for about 3 months straight every day.
I
So
was
I
taking
just
it.
wanted to let you know.
Yeah, I was taking it every day for about 4 or 5 months. And then I
Mm-hmm.
cut back to like 3 times a week on the
Okay.
X49. But the daily one is X39 and usually Eon. Eon, I'm doing about not every day, but probably about 3 times a week as well.
Okay. Very good. But X39 every day.
Yes.
Yes, that has to be every day. Very good. Okay, do you feel better from it? Do you feel like patches are helping your life?
Yeah. I think they are. I am diabetic, and I think it's helping keep my A1C in check
Yes, it
too.
does. There is many other, I am helping, we are helping, it's not me, but us together. We are helping one sister in Christ. She's elderly. She cannot afford patches, so we dedicate ourselves to her every month to make sure that she's on patches. And she claims that she's a very bad diabetic, but she claims that she is doing so much better and her diabetes is controlled so much better. So I really try to make sure she has those patches because, sometimes it's hard to control diabetes. And what I'm finding out about diabetes is really strange, but there might be many reasons why diabetes mm, uh, even happens. But
Yeah.
recently I came across situation, I mean, not situation, but information that it is actually a parasite that
Oh,
lives
really?
in pancreas. Yes, that it's a parasite that lives in pancreas that about in 80% of cases causes diabetes. And that's what happens. It just kind of is in there and ruins all those beta cells. So there is certainly a help for that. And I am doing more research. So I will keep you posted on this because
Yeah.
there's so many people that need help. But there is certain type of tea out of Japan
Uh-huh.
that people are drinking to kill that parasite.
Oh, that'd be great.
I know. So let me do more research on this. But Dwayne, I mean, I already have done some. I looked into it, especially for Rosa, because she's suffering with that. And then I called her. She actually, at the same time, she heard about the same thing, and she said that she knew it's a parasite. So that would be probably helpful for so many people. So I will make it a point that I look it up for next time.
Yep.
Okay.
Dwayne, has your blood sugar gone down as a result?
My my diabetes isn't so bad that I need to measure it out. I measure it daily. So I generally don't measure it that much. I'm actually kind of probably bad. Probably should, but it's like my A1C. I think what normal people are is under 6.0, and I was at one point at 6.1, but I kind of slipped up and it's in low sevens now. But
Okay, so it's not as bad. Okay.
In regards
right,
to
well-
do you know much about, you were talking about parasites, Yana, do you know much about IBS? And, I have heard that IBS, parasites upset the digestive and the gut. Do you know much about that and what
Yeah, I
patches
know.
would help with that?
Yes, the X39 patch along
Sugar patch.
X30. Well, no, IBS is very, very common, by the way. It can be from parasites, but it also can be from a lot of other causes. But X39 patch has the ability to completely renew digestive system, but there is some other things you need to do as well. I would not just do X39. I would definitely do X39.
Yeah, I always do
But
that
I
every
would,
day.
yeah, every day, just keep doing that. But do not eat fried foods. Try intermittent fasting. Don't eat any sugar. Try no sugar at all. Really
Yeah,
watch out
sugar,
sugar.
sugar's really rough on that.
Very rough. Dairy, very bad for
Yeah.
IBS, right? And there is two specific herbs that I would get and take two in the morning and two at night. And it would be slippery elm. And they sometimes have it in the form of a powder. And the other one is marshmallow, and take them together.
Love marshmallows. I'll eat.
Well, it's not a marshmallow sugar. It's an herb called marshmallow. Yes, slippery almond marshmallow, and sometimes they have it mixed together already in a form of a powder. So you can do it either like that in a little juice. Juice has sugar, so make sure you make your own juice, or buy sugar-free, or just buy tablets of it. These capsules.
Yeah, Yana told me marshmallow work. Boy, I come home with a big old pack of them, boy. And she said, that's not what I meant.
Yeah.
Oh, well. Anyway.
Slippery.
Okay, so
Hey, Yana, the first herb was slippery elm, right?
yes, slippery almond marshmallow.
Okay.
Okay,
And no
thanks.
sugar, no dairy, intermittent fasting, a lot of soups. Go on a soup diet. Make yourself a very good vegetable soups. Um,
How
lentil
about
soup.
how about raw dairy instead of, the processed
That
dairy?
I understand about, yes, if you do dairy, at least do raw if you have access to it.
Yeah,
raw dairy.
I've been buying for years, raw dairy A2 from A2
Yes,
cows for years now. So,
yes.
so
So that if you, I mean, you yourself would see what helps you. A lot of people cannot tolerate even raw dairy.
Mm.
And I know that if you do have to have dairy, raw dairy is okay. But I also learned that the calcium in dairy is not meant for humans. It's just too harsh of a calcium. And
right.
it actually, yes, it actually causes just the opposite of what we want it to do. Like it decalcifies your bones, it demineralizes your bones because it's way too strong. Our body actually need plant calcium, just the way we are made. And I don't want it to be controversial here, but that's what I am studying. That dairy is just not a food for humans. It's a cow food. It's for a little calf. And even little calves stop sucking and they go and eat what? Grass, right? So just like us humans, when we are babies, we have a mommy milk, but then we get off milk, right? So why on earth we ever put little calf milk that little calf
Because we don't
wants
get
to
no
have?
bigger than the little calf ever gets.
Right,
That's
into
why
our
we keep
body. I
doing
mean, whoever came up with it? It's probably like thousands of years old, right? But it's not a human food. Dairy is not a human food. And I know we have a culture, cheese culture, and it's so hard to not eat cheese. I mean, for me, it is. And I will
Yeah.
tell you, I cheat with it all the time. I mean, I will have mozzarella caprese salad but I'm trying to stay off dairy as much
I
as I
always tell her I'll give it
possibly
up
can.
tomorrow because
But
I
it
know
is
tomorrow never comes.
right, but it is not human food, and simply it is way too strong of a calcium. Our body does not process it very well, and it sometimes it's even a reason why people get arthritis. Sometimes arthritis itself resolves itself if you get completely off dairy,
I
but
like
that's
goat milk,
just
Dustin, but if it come to donkey milk, I probably would quit.
Well, the health food store down the street, which is very informative and helpful, they have told me the same thing about the milk, Giannis, that is not for human consumption.
it's
So
not.
they
It's not a
back you
human.
on that. That's the third time that I've heard that. So yes.
Yeah, and some of my views and ideas are quite controversial, so I don't want to, like argue here about food because when it comes to, let's say, faith healing, right? You know how Christ said that nothing that you put in your body hurts you, but whatever you know, it's
It's what comes out of your tongue that
right.
causes all the damage.
What comes out of your
Yeah.
tongue that causes the damage. So basically, even when you say the word diabetes, when you say my diabetes, and when you said that my diabetes, you are
That
declaring.
that's what people don't realize. That's what the tongue is doing.
Mhm.
Is he's not talking about necessarily because you said your neighbor was ugly and you know, he's talking about what you say about yourself.
Yeah, you actually call it yours, right? So your body and your subconscious mind is now taking it in and it's saying your cells are hearing you because all our cells are very intelligent and they're saying, oh, I got diabetes, it's my diabetes. So don't ever call it my diabetes, call it the diabetes or this thing. So this is not just I am as bad as you, Dwayne. I mean, I would say my headache or whatever. So I'm trying to control my tongue now because it's a big part of healing is not to make diseases yours. Okay, don't call
You
Right.
know,
my
Yeah.
that reminds me, I got to tell you guys a funny one. We were sitting there one time, a friend of mine, we were driving down the road. His mother was in the back seat. She's about 75 years old. And he got something got in his mind and he said, "Get behind me, Satan." And all of a sudden his mama said, "Lordy, no, don't throw him back here, Lord. Get him behind me too."
All right. So, Kim, do
Thanks,
you have
Yana.
anything to add? Yes. Go ahead.
Oh, no, I don't have any more to add. Thanks, Yana.
Oh, you're very welcome. Yes. Anyway, Kim, if you have anything to add, because you are herbalist, Kim is actually herbalist, so
I'm
she has
studying to be an
education in
herbalist.
yes. So I love to exchange information with you a lot.
You know, John
So
Moore, my bedtime is in 5 minutes.
yes, John, I got it.
Half an hour.
And when do you wake up?
4
I had
3:45.
some testimonies I wanted to share.
45.
John, it's like prison. I mean, I was watching this Adelson case lately, and whole family hired a hitman to kill his son-in-law. So they're all on trial, and now they're slowly going to prison. Of course, they did for murder. And they were saying conditions in prison is they get up at 3:30, they have breakfast at 4, lunch at 10 a.m., breakfast 4 a.m., lunch 10 a.m., and dinner at 4 p.m., and then they don't eat until next 4 a.m. in the morning. So why are you on a prison time?
Just to have it.
Military did it to him.
Okay.
It's work. I got a 7 o'clock show every day.
Yes.
So John is disciplined.
So,
Janice, go ahead.
Janice
sis.
has a story for us.
I've got a bunch of them. One of my people that is on the X39, her macular degeneration, started out at 19 and she's down at 12.
Wow.
And very excited about that. Then I have another friend that uses it and she puts it on and immediately calms down and just is like on cloud 9 all the time. And then my husband, I finally got him on the patch. It was like pulling teeth to get him to start it.
Yeah.
He had early onset of dementia, and that is completely reversed. He had knee surgery on the right knee and in pain all the time ever since. Supposed to have surgery on the left knee, in pain all the time. Got on the X39. He's now getting up inside his tea bucket. He's riding his Harley. He's got pep in his step. The neighbor even noticed it. And then a few days he didn't take them because of timing. And he reverted back pretty quickly. Very interesting. And so
These are some
I'm
amazing
trying to get-
testimonies.
Oh, it's amazing living with him. I mean, he's a different man. It's very difficult
Wow.
to live with him when he doesn't have the patch on, and much easier with the patch.
Oh, that's amazing. That's
Yeah.
beautiful testimony. That's what I am.
We got to have my aunt listen to this because
Yes.
what she says about her husband. Maybe he needs to be on the patch.
Well,
I'm telling
his
you,
aunt started when she got on patches, she started driving. She had dementia and it started reversing, and she started driving a car again.
Yep.
Mhm.
Well, if you can ride a Harley, that's pretty doggone good.
Anyway, that's
Yep.
amazing. I'm so happy to hear this. This is really encouraging. And when it comes to eyes, like your friend is getting better with macular degeneration, you said? That's
Yes.
very common. We are hearing this a lot, that eyes are improving. Yes.
Good.
Especially cataracts. We've had
Yeah,
3
several.
people that have totally had their cataracts disappear
Yeah.
with the eye doctor having to say it happened,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
So that's
So,
very, very good.
wow.
Thank you so much for those testimonies.
Well, guys, we're going to go ahead and cut it off for
Yes,
tonight.
so, and we were talking last time about menopause and andropause. So and Kim is here. She's also an expert at it because she's on hormonal replacement therapy since age of 22, which is just, I cannot even imagine, Kim, just cannot even imagine losing hormones at the age of 22. But
Yep.
part of all these health issues for men and women, hormones are extremely important for us because we have hormonal receptors like estrogen receptors or specifically estradiol receptors in almost all of the organs of our body. especially bones, like, how women get osteoporosis after menopause. But the same thing is happening to men, even though in a slower pace. And they can get to osteoporosis as well because they simply don't have enough testosterone as they age. So it is quite important to check on your hormonal levels as well. And Kim, you can freely talk here, but you were telling me you heard that some naturopaths were telling you that when women go into menopause, some other organs pick up and then they start making the other organs start making estradiol. But I looked into it and just kind of can't find this as legitimate information. You know what I
I'll
mean?
have to find I've got the book. I got to find it and I'll
Yeah.
let you know. So
You're
that
not
way,
the only one who told me that because I read this. It was Dr. Mercola who had someone on. It was some sort of naturopath, and he came up with this information. However, there was another doctor who wrote an entire thesis on debunking him because when estradiol for women is made in ovaries, at the time of perimenopause and menopause, ovaries die. At menopause, it's like a dead organ. Completely zero estradiol is made. Now I think that after menopause, we make a certain amount of estrone, not estradiol, but estrone. And that estrone is actually a type of estrogen that can cause cancer. This is why there is so many cancers after menopause of female reproductive system, like the rise is because of estrone and no estradiol. The estradiol is made only in the ovaries. There is no other organ that picks up estradiol specifically. And problem is that we as women, we have receptors in bones, in skin, in heart, in lungs, in kidneys, and in the entire digestive tract has receptors for estradiol. So estrogen is not just a reproductive hormone; it's a youth juice. Basically, everything stops working after menopause for women. So yeah, women live longer than men, but they live in a misery because they get very sick. Nothing works after menopause.
That's why they call it
Okay.
menopause.
Yeah, so that's why cardiovascular disease, because in our vessels, arteries, we have estradiol receptors, and once your ovaries quit, everything starts breaking up in a body. Skin ages very quickly because we simply don't have estrogen to plump it up anymore. Okay, and this is why we get osteopenia and osteoporosis because the bones are just kind of weakening at a very fast pace. So I don't know how else to help women than tell them that you need to get at least on a little bit of estradiol after menopause. Just even if you don't want a lot of hormones, just get on some, at least 0.035 strength patch and just do it. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
I asked my gynecologist because I knew of a lady who didn't want to take hormones replacement
Mhm.
therapy after hysterectomy, and he says, well, there is vaginal cream that they can use, which it's estradiol with DHEA,
Yeah.
that keeps everything nice up in the vagina. So that's for
Yes.
people who don't, he said that didn't want to do hormone replacement thing. But I'm telling you, I wouldn't want to live without it. I mean, just with my hormones dipping down too far, oh my gosh, that was
Once they
horrible.
dip down, you feel it. It's not
Oh,
possible.
you
It's no
do.
good. Yeah.
So it's like I'm
So,
working
Oh,
trying
we
to get
feel
it
it
all
too.
balanced out.
and I think husbands feel it when
Very much.
I mean, we just get moody and all this, but and sometimes really bad. So uh, I think that since I put myself on estrogen patch and I have to take progesterone because I still have uterus, I never had hysterectomy. So when you have uterus intact, you have to have progesterone. I just letting you know this. So the females here, when you do get on estrogen patches, please take progesterone pill micronized every night. It also helps with anxiety and panic attacks. It's almost like instant fix. And it gives you protection from breast cancer. So it is not true that hormones cause cancer. It's a myth, horrible myth that hurts women and men. And men need testosterone. So check your testosterone as you age. Men need to be in between 800 and 1100. So when I study these hormones, I know that when men don't have enough or have too much, there's the same symptoms. They get heart sick when they don't have enough, and then when they have too much, they can get heart sick too. So they have to keep balance. So it's between 800, 1100 for men. So try to keep it around that number. And I always say, well, 900, 950 is the best. And you can check it twice a year, in blood. It's quite simple blood test, and just know what your levels are. If you feel very tired, let's say you exercise, you do everything good for yourself. You're a male in your 60s, 70s, and you're still tired, or you don't have libido or whatever. Check on your testosterone, because you might be very, very low. And it has very, very deep consequences, even on your bones, on your heart, on your lungs, just like women, same thing. So make sure that you can get, I don't think that, do they have patches? Because my husband had pellets, and then pellets don't work very well for him. So we are giving him injections. That's all I can come up with. So Kim, are there any patches for male?
I don't know. My husband uses a
There
cream.
is. Yeah,
Cream.
so, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
you can do cream. There are injections and there are pellets. So
In case you don't know if your wife is at that point yet, it's when you're trying to run from her, and just as you get out the front door, she trips you, and the neighbor sees you. She drags you by your feet back into the door screaming, and she's saying, "Slap come."
I think he's exaggerating. So right. Okay. No, it's very important. So yeah, on menopause, we can have just female meeting and separate if you guys want, if you girls want, and talk more deeply and more openly about this, because it's quite debilitating when it happens. And it will happen to 100% of women, and nobody talks about it. Nobody tells you it will happen. You will just find out on your own, and you don't know what to do. So it's good to have education about it, know and talk about it, because some really crazy, crazy stuff happens to women when they enter menopause, and they don't know what it is, and doctors don't know. Problem with doctors is that they had really bad studies, badly interpreted studies, and a lot of women just suffered through it without any help, and with diseases and illnesses that they didn't have to get. So that's why it's important to educate women, young women, what will happen and what to do about it, so their transition can be smooth, and they keep their health and they keep their youth as long as possible. So hormones are a big part of our lives. They run everything in our body, from your mental health to your heart to your breathing, everything you need hormones for. So it's so important to keep that in check as well. So anyway. Any more questions? I think we're going to stop today because it's kind of too long. But if you have any quick questions, I can answer. If I know, Kim can help me. And if not, we'll just continue next week. And if you want any menopause special talk about this, Kim is very good expert at it, because she's been doing research and going through this for a very long time. And we are kind of exchanging information back and forth wherever we can. Yeah. And then there is also doctors. Look up Claire Haver. Let me it's Haver is her last name. First name is Mary Claire, I think. Just Claire Haver. She is doing education on menopause. She is a doctor, medical doctor, gynecologist. She's out of Texas, and she's doing even all kinds of conferences on it because the new information on bioidentical hormones is so good and life-saving. I mean, it's a life-saving information. Women can be saved from diabetes, from high blood pressure, from lung disease, from osteopenia and osteoporosis. All of this, you don't have to get these diseases if you just got on hormones at the time of menopause. So I think it's very, very important for women to know this information.
Yes, I agree.
Thank you, Jana.
Okay, you're welcome.
John says, yeah.
Hey, John, and by the way, you can start with hormones at any age, even when you're a female or male, doesn't matter. Let's say you're in 60s and you didn't have bioidentical hormones, you can slowly start them at the age even after 60. It's
Good to know.
safe and it
All right.
actually prevents further damage to the bones. Yes.
All right, guys, we're going to close it up for tonight. Thank you, everybody, for being here. And I will load this up on YouTube tonight. So it'll be on the X39 channel. I may put this on this. I got a channel called Steven Ben Noon at YouTube as well. I may put it over there too, just so it makes it easier for people.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being here. And we'll see you next week again.
Thanks, guys.
All right.
Steve, see you
Good night.
Tuesday. All
Bye.
right.
All right,
Thanks.
John.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, guys. Good night.
Hey, Steve.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
Hey,
Yes.
hey, Steven.
Yes.
Hey, Steven. I was just wondering if you might be able to contact me sometime at your leisure, and we'll get this
Can
thing rolling.
Can you text me, Eric? Because I know you got my number, and just so I'll remember what yours is in my phone
I
there.
sure can.
And
Yeah.
anytime you're ready, let me know, and I'll help you
Sure.
get you set up on it. Because I'm in stationary now in one place, which makes it a little bit easier. So,
Okay,
absolutely
that
glad
sounds good. Well,
glad to help you out with
I
it.
have to, I have to put just a little bit